Morning. So we've been talking a lot about, in the past few months, we've been talking a lot about Minuteman stuff and soldiering stuff, basics, basic soldiering stuff, nothing hyper, high speed or anything like that, just basic stuff, right? And that's to survive the new world order, survive the issues that we have in the world today, and talking a little bit about politics on here because it's us and them, so we have to survive and do whatever's necessary to try to turn the tables on things that are going on in our world around us, because we just can't live with the tyranny that's going on. Anyway, we're going to take just a little break from that coming up. So, as everybody probably knows by now, I'm a very big proponent of wool and fur garments, and not a whole lot I like about synthetics, although synthetics, we do have some stuff out there that has proven itself to be good as a synthetic. I'm still, what tops my list is wool and furs. Of course, that stuff is a little heavier, a little more expensive too, but it's just better in the long run, and we will be getting into all that. I've covered wool and stuff before, but I want to cover it again. I'm not going to put up just the same videos on wool as before. I'm going to talk about different materials out there, as well as wool and fur, and the pros and cons. There's a lot of cons to the synthetic stuff, but we will talk about all of that in some upcoming videos. I'm not going to make like 50 videos on it. I'm just going to make, maybe 3 or 4 at the most. I'm going to drag some products out to show you and to talk to you about. There's some products on the market that are very good. However, they need improvement, and the reason why they don't get improved is because they don't have somebody to tell them, hey, this needs to be improved, and this is how you can do it. And not necessarily that it would cost a whole lot more to improve the product. It's just there are particular reasons why some things should not be used in an outdoors garment, and reasons why some things should be used in an outdoors garment. Okay, and we will be talking about that. So up here on the whiteboard, I've already got a lot of things down, a lot of notes. Okay. Now, there's a question mark in the center there between the left side and the right side. And the left side, I got wool and furs. And then on the right side, I've got synthetics. Okay, that was a play on word, just kind of, because I just like to do things like that, right? So on wool and furs, underneath there, I've got natural and biodegradable. Okay, people keep throwing around that S word all the time. Sustainable. Okay, I hate that word. I hate that word with a passion. It is one of the most overused words that most people don't even know what it means. Okay, there's a few things that are kind of pet peeves of mine when it comes to vocabulary and words and so on. I'm not going to get into all that, but You know, that sustainable word that's just a word that people need to they need to know what it means before they start throwing it around. So many companies that use that stupid word. I mean, you could tell it's getting me jacked up just talking about it, right? Anyway, wool and fur. That's truly sustainable products. Okay? That's right. It's natural and biodegradable. Okay? Not going to harm the environment. And it's natural. Okay? We get wool from sheep. That's right. Animals. Fur from animals. People have been using wool and fur pelts for generations and generations. Keeping them warm in the far north, in the Arctic, in the subarctic. Cannot beat it. Next thing on there, lasts for generations. Some people have their grandfather's wool hunting coat. Works just as good as the day he brought it home from the store. You ever seen you ever seen hair that's been on a carcass for a decomposed carcass? Hair takes a long time. It is biodegradable, but it takes a long time to degrade and go away, right? So wool is a hair, right? So lasts practically forever, generations, right? Same thing, fur. Fur is a hair, right? When you get it like a pelt, all right? You take care of something, it'll last you. Wool and furs, again, easily repaired, easily repaired. You could sew it. You could put another piece in. It's easily repaired, okay? Now, when they use the S word, sustainable, does that not sound sustainable to you? Easily repaired, lasts practically forever. So it's not going in a landfill, guys. And if it did go in a landfill for some reason, it's going to decompose at some point, right? Long before your oil-based plastic crap on the synthetic side, okay? Long before, okay? And last but not least, wool and fur products are God's perfect designs. God designed them all for a reason. There's a reason why polar bears stay warm even when they're lounging around in the Arctic Ocean. Okay? That's right. Polar bear fur is the most insulating of all fur-bearing mammals. The most insulating. I would love to have a parka that had polar bear fur. I would. I'm not gonna lie. Parka or an anorak with polar bear fur, that would be awesome. But highly regulated these days. Not that they are in danger of becoming extinct, because they aren't. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, the Arctic's melting, the Arctic's melting." No, it's cycles. Things go in cycles, guys. They warm and they cool. They cool and they warm. And what do we got over here on synthetics? So which are you going to... the question is which are you going to go with? Wool and furs, or are you going to go with synthetics? Over here on the synthetic side, now remember, wool and fur is God's perfect designs, right? He designed them perfectly. Now, are you gonna go with synthetics? Synthetics? Isn't that a cute little, play on word there, right? Play on the word synthetics. Anyway, synthetics are designed. They are designed to emulate natural fibers. Designed to emulate. They are designed to emulate God's designs over there, but they always fall short. In some respect, they always fall short. We all know that. It's not a secret. And they, last but not least on this side, synthetics are petroleum oil-based products. So I love to throw this in the greenies' faces because they all wear Patagonia and the North Face and Rob and any other product like that is all oil based. They love to look cool with their soy decaf lattes and their synthetic fur and their synthetic jackets, their little puffy jackets, okay? They love to look cool walking around to the coffee shop and the bookstore and stuff with all their synthetic crap on. And then you see them turn around and they will march around with signs and get violent with people who are wearing goose down parkas with wolf fur on the hoods outside of any major outlet, right, that sells those things. So they were doing that, and I know that they were doing that with Canada Goose. Canada Goose is a company that they were doing that with. At the Canada Goose outlets, they would harass people going in and out of there, especially the ones that had the fur ruff, the real fur ruff on the hoods of their parkas, tearing at their, expensive parkas and hitting them. I'm telling you right now, anybody ever touched me from the greenie movement because of something I was wearing like that, they would be hurting by the time I got done with them. I don't like to hurt people on purpose these days, but don't lay your hands on me ever. So, and I'm not a big Canada Goose fan. They folded to the greenies. They stopped putting real fur on their hoods. Okay, and there's a purpose for real fur on parkas, right? We only got another minute or so left here. We'll come back in another one. And we'll talk a little bit more about this, because this is kind of like the prequel to this, I guess. Or maybe we'll just start talking about it in general, and then later we'll just break out some stuff in the next few videos, right? Okay. Go ahead and shut that off. Yeah. Yeah. So, still got about a minute. So, that fur ruff is important in a parka, because when the snow's really blowing, it catches all that snow, keeps it out of your face. There's a little microclimate that's actually generated between the warmth of your face and the fur and the cold and the snow flurries and everything that are blowing down. There's a little microclimate created there, and they discovered that synthetic fur just doesn't cut it. It doesn't, Anyway. Come back in another one. Talk more.